Welcome to the Explainer. Ever notice the price of a product overseas and then wonder how it ends up with its final price tag here at home? Today we're going to break down exactly that, using a car as our case study. We'll look at how global prices, exchange rates, and yes, taxes interact to determine local prices. Let's dive in. You might think it's a simple currency conversion, but as you're about to see, the journey from a dollar price tag in one country to a shekel price tag here involves a few really crucial steps. Let's walk through it with a real-world example. First things first, we need a starting point. And it all begins with two key pieces of information. What the car costs in its original currency, US dollars in our case, and the current exchange rate. At its heart, the basic math is super simple. The local price, we'll call it P, equals the world price, P star, multiplied by the exchange rate, E. This little formula is the foundation for figuring out the price of almost any imported good. So for our example, the car costs $12,000 on the world market. To keep things simple, the exchange rate is a flat 6 shekels to the dollar. Quick math. 12,000 times 6 gives you a base local price of 72,000 shekels. Remember that number. That's our starting line, before anything else enters the picture. But what does this actually look like from an economic point of view? How would an economist draw this on a classic supply and demand graph? On a standard graph, price going up the vertical axis, quantity along the horizontal, the supply curve for imported cars is a perfectly flat horizontal line, sitting right at that 72,000 shekel mark. We call this world supply under a small, open economy assumption. At this price, the market can buy as many cars as people want. Supply is effectively unlimited at the world price. Let's make this real. Suppose at 72,000 shekels, there's enough demand for people to buy 800 of these cars. How much money is the whole market worth? You take the price of one car, 72,000 shekels, and multiply by the number of cars sold, 800. The total expenditure comes out to a whopping 57,600,000 shekels. That's the total value of all 800 cars sold in the local market. All right, that was the easy part. Now let's see what happens when the government steps in and throws a wrench into the works. Two things happen at the exact same time. First, the government slaps a 20% tariff on imported cars. Second, at the same moment, the car's world market price rises to $14,000. So, what do you think happens to the final price? Does it go up? Down? It might seem complicated, but actually the logic is clear if we take it step by step. Here's the key idea, and it's the whole point of a tariff. A tariff is a tax added on top of the imported cost. It is not a deduction. The government collects this tax from importers, who pass it on to buyers. So whatever the world price is, converted into shekels, the tariff adds an extra amount. The local price formula becomes P equals P star times E times 1 plus T, where T is the tariff rate. If you'd rather think of it as the importer's cost, every dollar still costs 6 shekels to buy. But for every dollar's worth of car imported, the importer also has to pay 20 cents in tariff to the government. So the effective price per dollar of imported value is 6 shekels for the car, plus 1.2 shekels in tariff. That's 7.2 shekels per dollar of car, not less. Let's plug in the new numbers. Our new world price is $14,000. Our exchange rate is still 6, and our tariff is 20%. So, 14,000 times 6 times 1.2. Step by step, 14,000 times 6 is 84,000 shekels. That's just from the higher world price. Then 84,000 times 1.2 adds the tariff. The new local price is 100,800 shekels. Compare that to our starting line of 72,000. The price has jumped by 28,800 shekels. A 40% increase. What does this mean for our graph? That flat supply line literally gets pushed upward from 72,000 to 100,800 shekels. The car is now more expensive in the local market, not less. Two forces drove this jump. A 12,000 shekel rise from the higher world price. That's $2,000 times 6. Plus a 16,800 shekel tariff burden. That's 20% of 84,000. Together, 28,800 shekels of additional cost pass straight to the consumer. Here's the big takeaway. World prices, exchange rates, and government policy all stack on top of each other. A tariff is always a price raiser at home. That's the entire reason governments use them, whether to protect local producers or to raise revenue. The bigger question for next time: what happens to the quantity demanded once that 40% price jump hits? That's where elasticity comes in. See you in the next lesson.